Therefore, you should be interested in it. Even it can be in marketing field, it can be in human resource management, it can be in finance. So you should be first thing and most important thing is you should be interested in it. And then another thing is narrow your topic to something manageable. One of the problems I faced while doing my research is my topic was very broad, and then even the sample size, even my sample size was very big. Okay, I have to select different. My topic was a comparative study of financial literacy among the Mizo residing inside and outside Mizoram. Therefore, okay, the data collection for inside Mizoram was very easy, but for outside Mizoram it was very difficult. That was a problem I faced. And then one thing you should consider is that you should narrow your topic to something manageable. It should not be too vast. Okay, it should not be too narrow. It should be manageable. That is another point that you should consider. If your topic is too broad, you will find too much information and not be able to focus on it. And then another thing here is you should have a background reading. One of the things that you should do is, okay, while doing a research is reading. Okay, reading can only improve your writing skills, and then whatever topic you are going to choose, before that you should do, okay, background reading. Reading is very important part of research writing. And then another thing is think of who, what, when, where, and why questions. These are very important questions that you need to answer while before choosing your research topic. Okay, where were we? Okay, the next point is think of who, what, when, where, and why questions. Okay, these are the questions that you need to answer while choosing the right topic. One is, why did you choose the topic? What interests about it? Do you have an opinion about the issues involved? That is one question that you need to answer. Mizo also anything of them. Why can this one? You think a topic he can take up very more. Okay. Again, interest nothing that what interests about it, you about it. Do you have an opinion about the issues involved? What are the current issues that are involved? Okay, that you have to answer. And another thing is, who are the information providers on the topic? For example, my topic was on financial literacy. So, who are the information providers? I can get data from RBI's, RBI reports, okay, from bank reports, bank annual reports. That you need to answer. Who are the information providers on the topic? Who might publish information? Where are the informations available? Who is affected by the topic? Do you know of organization or institution affiliated with the topic? There are certain topics that have an organization affiliation or institution affiliated with it that you need to consider. And another one is, what are the major questions for this topic? I think you have your subject, one of research methodology as one of your subject. And then most of the things you have been already discussing. I think you have been already discussing. What are the major questions for the topic? That you need to note it down. Is there a debate about the topic? And then one of the experience, my experience is that one of the PhD scholar, one topic she has chosen was the impact of Santhal religion, the impact of Hinduism on Santhal religion. Most of the supervisors, professors were thinking about, is this a debatable topic? And then I think he has chosen the topic, but there was some debate on okay, whether Hinduism has an impact on the Santhal religion. That you need to consider. Is there a debate about the topic? Are there a range of issues and viewpoints? What are the different issues involved? What are the viewpoints of viewpoints that need to be considered, that you need to answer. Where is your topic important? It can be important at the local level, national level, international level, that you need to answer. And then, are there any specific places affected by the topic? That you need to answer. And then the last one is, when is or was your topic important? Is it related to a current event or historical issues? You want to compare your topic with by time periods. These are the different questions that you need to answer while choosing the right topic. Think of who, what, when, where, and why questions. If you are able to answer all these questions, I think you will be able to come up with a good topic. And then one of the most important point here I would like to mention is that you should be interested in it. If you are not interested, then research is a long process. It can be 1 semester, 2 semesters. So you should be interested in it. That is the first challenges, choosing the right topic. And then many researchers, this is one of their main problems, choosing the right topic. Okay, there can be different topics available for doing a research, but choosing the right topic is you need to have a clear thought on it. Okay, without having a clear thought or without having a proper view, you cannot, you will not able to choose the right topic. Therefore, these are the things that you need to consider while choosing the right topic. That is the first challenges I have brought up today. And then, if you are able to answer this who, what, when, where, why question, will be, I think you will be able to come up with a good research topic. Another one is searching the literature. These days, most of the researchers are talking about systematic literature review, how to review literature. For a researchers, searching the literature or review of literature is one of the important thing or important component of research. Some professors, they used to say searching relevant literature, relevant. Therefore, searching for relevant literature is another challenges. There can be different literature available, but you should select the relevant literature. One thing is identify in a structured way the appropriate and related information. That is one of the things that you should identify. It should be in a structured way. It should be in a systematic way. A systematic approach is considered better than a narrative and traditional one. As I've told you, okay, there is a new process, a new method of review of literature, that is systematic review of literature. And then use database and keywords. One of the process of reviewing a literature or searching for articles or journals that is related to our topic is by searching with the help of keywords. For example, okay, I'm giving my research topic as an example. My topic was on financial literacy, and then there are certain keywords that were involved. For example, financial behavior, financial attitude, financial knowledge. With the help of that, you will be able to find most of the relevant literature. One thing is, okay, if you have selected the topic, and then if you want to search for relevant literature, then you should know the keywords. What are the important keywords that is related to your topic? And then with the help of that, you will be able to search all the relevant literature. And then review of literature is another process that you need to know. That is one of the challenges that is faced by most of the researchers, how to do a systematic review of literature. Okay, this is one of the tabulation process for review of literature. one thing, okay, I have made 3 columns here. You can add more column depending on the articles or journals you have. First thing is, you should make a column that is main idea. What is the main idea? There can be different relevant topics. For example, here I have chosen level of awareness of standard precautions among healthcare providers. And then this is one topic that I want to search. And then I have found relevant literature. Okay, 2001 was here, had done a research, and then I have written some of the findings here. And then another, I have related to the same, related to the main idea, I have done another review, and then I have written. And then this will go on. Main idea, you will choose one topic, and then what are the literature available, you will add it on. And then after that, you can make a systematic review of literature. One thing is, here I want to mention is that if you are able to put in tabular form or tabulation, then writing a review of literature or systematic review of literature is much easier. That is another point that I want to share. Systematic review of literature. First, we put it in a tabular form, and then after that, we write it down. And then the traditional form that we used to review is writing the author name, and then one paragraph for that author, and then another author we write down in another paragraph. That is the process that we follow. But nowadays, there is a systematic review of literature process. And then first we put it in a tabular form, and then after that we analyze all these things, and then review of literature becomes more systematic. And then another challenges is designing a questionnaire. Since for commerce students, or from commerce faculty, most of the research that we do is quantitative. Therefore, questionnaire plays an important role. And then one of the challenges is designing a good questionnaire. These are some of the characteristics of designing a good questionnaire. It should be short and simple. While designing a questionnaire, one thing is we need to consider the respondents as well. Who are our respondents? Therefore, it should be short and simple. You should even some of the questionnaire that I have gone through have 50 questions, 100 questions. It is too long. Therefore, it should be short and simple. That is one of the characteristics of designing a good questionnaire. Simple means even for a layman, they should be able to understand. There should not be technical terms. Okay, some of the technical terms may be difficult to understand for a layman. Therefore, it should be short and simple. And the next question proceed in logical sequence. Most of the students, when they design their questionnaire, they doesn't consider the sequence. Therefore, one of the characteristics of a good questionnaire is question proceed should be in logical sequence. And then technical terms are included to the minimum. If you include technical terms, it should be at a minimum. Because, as I've said, if you include too many technical terms, then it will be difficult for the respondent to answer. Some of the questions that we used to put up might be difficult to answer. Therefore, technical terms are included to the minimum. It should be as minimum as possible. Adequate instruction or direction. At the beginning of the questionnaire, we usually add instruction or direction. That is a very important thing to do while designing a questionnaire. You should put and adequate instruction as well as direction. And then language is to be appropriate to the level of respondent's understanding. As I've told you, even for a layman, it should be easy to understand. Therefore, the language that you are using while designing a questionnaire, it should be easily understandable. And then personal and intimate questions should be avoided. You should never ask any personal or intimate questions while designing a questionnaire. And then adequate space must be provided for open-ended questions. If you are adding open-ended question, then there should be adequate space to answer those open-ended questions. These are another challenges. Designing a questionnaire is another challenges that researchers used to face, and then these are the characteristics of some good questionnaire. If you follow this, I think you will be able to come up with a good questionnaire. And then, as I told you, it should be short and simple. Depending on your objectives, you should design the questionnaire, and then it should be as short as possible and as simple as possible, even for a layman to understand. And then collection of data. Another problem that we used to face is collection of data. And then these days, most of our data that we used to collect, we use Google Forms, email, face-to-face interview. Every form has its advantages and disadvantages. For example, if you are using Google Form, it's very easy to use. We need not travel. Just by sending in their WhatsApp number, we can collect the questionnaire. And then another thing is email, and another thing is face-to-face interview. And then there are many other processes like for collection of data, and then these are some of the things. And then one of the easiest methods that I use as well is Google Form. Since my topic was a comparative study of Mizos inside and outside Mizoram, therefore it was more appropriate for me to use Google Form. Therefore, I use Google Form for collecting data. And then most of the students, I've also suggested them to use Google Form. It is simple to use. And as I've told you, everything has its advantages and disadvantages. In some cases, for example, if you send questionnaire in Google Form, for some people it might be difficult to understand. In that case, face-to-face interview is more appropriate. But even though it has a limitation, you can use Google Forms or even emails. That is option available to you. And then dealing with your data and data analysis. When I heard about this seminar, I was preparing for statistical package for social science. I thought I was thinking that, okay, SPSS, I will be deliberating on this, but as I've seen, I think today one of the resource person have discussed SPSS, and then these are the tools for data analysis. Now, before this SPSS, PSPP, MS Excel, SAS startup, many researchers have done their research work manually, but nowadays these tools are available. If you know the basic, it will not be difficult. For example, SPSS. If you know how to use how to code your questionnaire and then insert all the variables, then it is really simple to use. And then I think it is included in your syllabus as well, SPSS or PSPP. If you are able to use this, and then it will make it simpler for you. Just by one click, you can get different tests, chi-square test, ANOVA, F-test, whatever statistical tests available, you can easily do it with SPSS, PSPP. It is almost same with SPSS. MS Excel, Okay, and then another tools is SAS available, Stata. These are another this. If you, I think SPSS is the most appropriate here one, and then another one is MS Excel. If you know the basic of MS Excel, and then there are different statistical tools that is available that is used that will be used for data analysis as well. And then sample size. This is another challenges. Most of the researchers, they used to ask, okay, how to calculate the sample size. There are different formulas available for calculating the sample size. Determining the sample size is another hurdle in a research writing. And then I have put out two formula here, Yemen formula and Cochrane formula. And then with the help of this, okay, you can easily calculate the sample size, even for infinite population or unknown population. You can use Cochrane formula, and then if you have non-population, then Yemen formula is there, and then many other formulas are also available. And then this is one of online tools where you can calculate your sample size. It is called RAWSOF, where you can insert all the required, for example here, margin of error. If you put 5%, what is the confidence level, 95% or 90%, population size. You can easily calculate using this sample size calculator. And then there are different other software also available. EPI, if you can go to this website, then it will easily get to access the online available calculator. Statistics calculator is also available. And then there are different software available online which are free to use. And then another point here is research gap. After a review of literature, I don't know whether it is in sequence or not, but I will continue. Research gap. What do you mean by research gap? First, a research gap is simply a topic or area for which missing or insufficient information limits the ability to reach a conclusion for a question. Research gap means a topic or area for which are missing. For a researchers, one of the challenges is how to write a research gap. One thing is, okay, in order to write a research gap, you need to do a thorough review of literature. Without review of literature, review of relevant literature, you cannot write a research gap. After review of literature, we usually write the research gap. And then how to identify the research gap? I have pointed out 2 or 3 points here. One thing is identify the key issues. What are the different issues? You need to identify the key issues. And then after that, identify key terms associated with the issue. As I told you, for my research, the key terms were financial literacy, financial behavior, financial attitude. In the same way, whatever topic you choose, there will be a key terms. And then you need to identify all those key terms and then review the literature, searching for these key terms and identify relevant publication. There are different publications available, but you should choose relevant publications only. And then, as I told you, after a thorough review of literature only, you will be able to write the research gap. Therefore, you need to, as I told you, in research, writing or research, reading is one of the important components. And then review the literature cited by key publication. Okay, there are certain publications where you need to go through the review of literature. What they have cited, you can just go through that and then identify issues not addressed. Research gap can be of different types as well. It can be a population gap, theoretical gap, methodology gap, and then many research have been done. For example, my topic was on financial literacy. many research have been done on financial literacy in other parts of the states as well, even in India. But when I reviewed literature, the gap I found was population gap. Okay, population gap means research have not been done in Mizoram related to financial literacy. Therefore, I have written that in my research gap. Therefore, as I've told you, first thing is review of literature is important, and then after that only you will be able to write down the research gap. And then data collection. There are two types, two sources of data collection. One is primary data and another one is secondary data. This is another challenges, and then in order to overcome that, okay, gathering of raw data, that is what we call primary data. As I told you, you can collect most of the research in commerce is quantitative, and then through email, phone calls, Google Forms, we can collect the primary data, and then secondary data, gathering of second-hand data is called secondary data, and then it can be from reports, Google Scholars, online free journals. And then these days, it is not difficult to get secondary data, because even for a PhD research scholar or even for MCOM researchers, for example, there is a site called South Ganga, where you can find different PhD researches, and then while selecting the topic as well, okay, if you are able to download 2 or 3 pages and then review it, then it will be really helpful. And then another one is South Ganga 3, that is collection of synopsis written by uploaded by different institutions. You can easily get an access to all those. It is freely available. And then another secondary sources can be another one is PDF drive, where you can get different books for research methodology, that is freely available as well. You can easily get access, and then most of them are freely available and free to access. And then some journals are paid version, then those you can omit it. And then there are some journals which are free to access. You can easily access them. And then another challenges, that is plagiarism. Plagiarism means what? It is an act of presenting the words, ideas, images, sounds, or creative expression of others as your own. If you are copying or pasting other ideas, then that's called plagiarism. And then the best way to avoid being accused of plagiarism is to acknowledge the resources upon which you have based your ideas. It means you should refer it without referring or citing them. Then that is plagiarism. And then most of the softwares, if you just copy and paste, even after citing them, it will come under plagiarism. Therefore, one thing you can do is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means what? Rephrasing the words of an author, putting her thought in your own words. Okay, you can just read them, and then after reading them, then you can put it in your own words. That is what we call paraphrasing. Most of the researchers, they used to paraphrase. When we paraphrase, we reward the sources, ideas, word, phrases, and sentence structure. Even I don't know in AMCOM level where the plagiarism check is done, but in PhD level, plagiarism check is done. Therefore, paraphrasing, you should be able to paraphrase it. Never copy or paste whatever other have written in your research work. And then after